Hi, guys. Welcome to the first real episode of Self Care for Black Girls, a podcast where we relax, sip tea, and chat about bettering ourselves as black girls. I'm BB, and I will be helping guide you to make better choices in your daily lives. So, guys, today is the first real episode, and I'm really excited. So, I don't want to talk too much, and I just want to dive right into it, okay? So today's episode is going to be about skincare and why it's important to keep it protected. And I'm going to be giving you tips and small routines that you can build off of to help minimize breakouts and possibly clear your skin. So the first thing I want to talk about is the importance of skincare. You need to keep your skin a routine for your skin because it's the largest barrier against infection, meaning that your skin is your body's first defense against diseases and infections and anything that could potentially harm you on the inside or the outside. It also is crazy because your skin breaks out, but your skin also aids in the prevention of acne and breakouts. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's just what it is, along with dieting. So you can't just have a routine and then go out and eat all the junk food like sodas and chips and things heavy in oil and expect to have clear skin. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to get into the ways that you can build an effective skincare routine. So the first thing you need to do is research your skin type. There are 5 basic skin types. You can either have dry skin, which is skin that doesn't produce enough natural oils on its own. You can have oily skin, which is the exact opposite of dry skin, and it produces more than enough natural oils. You can have a combination skin, which is your T-zone and your cheeks are different types. So it can be, like the name, a combination of different types of skin. You can have normal skin, which is it's well balanced. It's not too oily and it's not too dry. And then you can have sensitive skin, which is kind of like it's like a layer over the normal, like over whatever your skin type is. So you can have sensitive dry skin, sensitive oily skin, sensitive combination, stuff like that with redness and irritation. So it's just kind of like a layer of, I'm not really sure how to put it, but it's over your normal skin and adds redness and irritation. So after you know what skin type you have, you want to find a good cleanser, toner, and moisturizer that fits your skin type. So I did some research and I found some products that would work for a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer for all 5 different types of skin. And some of these products I've personally used, some I haven't. But I do know people who use them and they get really good results from them. So the first skin type I'm going to go over is dry. A cleanser for dry skin needs to be something mild and doesn't have drying properties. A good example of that would be the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser. And on my blog, I should have said this before I started doing this. On my blog, I'll have pictures and links of where you can buy all of these products. Yeah. A good toner for dry skin would be the Clinique Clarifying Lotion 1, and I can personally testify for Clinique. It is a really good they have really good products for skin. And a good moisturizer for dry skin would be the Eucerin Dry Skin Replenishing Cream. I personally never used that specific product from Eucerin, but I do know that they have really good products. For oily skin, a good cleanser would be the Neutrogena Oil-Free Acne Face Wash. And you would want an oil-free face wash for oily skin because your skin is already naturally oily, so you don't want to add oil to oil. That it defeats the purpose. A good toner for oily skin would be the Clinique Clarifying Lotion 3. Um, and on my blog, I'll go into the differences between the two Clinique clarifying lotions. Um, a good moisturizer for the oily skin would be the Neutrogena Hydroblast Water Gel. For combination skin, a good cleanser would also be the Neutrogena oil free, but instead of the acne face wash, the salicylic acid pink grapefruit acne wash. So not just the regular acne face wash like for the oily skin, but the salicylic acid pink grapefruit acne wash for combination skin. A good toner would be witch hazel, and a good moisturizer would be the CeraVe moisturizing lotion. For normal skin, it's pretty easy. If you watched a lot of YouTube videos, you see that a lot of the black YouTubers use the African black soap, and make sure it's natural African black soap, the real African black soap, because there's black soap out there that claims to be real and it's actually black, but real black soap isn't really black, if that makes sense. Like, it's more like a brown tannish kind of color. For a toner on normal skin, you can use witch hazel, and a good moisturizer for normal skin is shea butter. And shea butter has a lot of good healing and a lot of good healing properties, and it helps remove scars and dark marks. For sensitive skin, you want to use products that are tailored specifically toward sensitive skin. So the Eucerin Sensitive Skin Gentle Hydrating Cream is a really good product if you have sensitive skin. It's because it's gentle, it's not gonna irritate or bring out the redness on your skin. A good toner for sensitive skin would be the witch hazel, which is a natural product, so it's not gonna promote irritation and redness. And a good moisturizer would be the Eucerin Dry Skin Replenishing Cream, just like for the dry skin, because it's a really, like I said earlier, Eucerin has some really good products. Like, they're the truth, they're real. Okay, and those are just a few just basic routines that you can either build off, or now that you've got an idea of what would be really good to use for your skin. Gosh, I'm stuttering so much. I'm so nervous and excited at the same time. You can use those routines to build off of, and test out stuff. Try and see if it's right for your skin. I would suggest giving your skincare products 3 months before switching, because switching too soon you won't really get real results, is what I'm trying to say. So the next thing that you want to do to add to your basic cleanser, moisturizer, and toner is you want to find a good exfoliator and a good mask. Now, cleansing your skin is really good. It's gonna get off, that top layer of dirt and oils that you've accumulated throughout the day. But an exfoliator is gonna get deep down and really penetrate your pores to really get out the dirt and oils that are left after the cleanser and could potentially cause a breakout. So some good exfoliators are, at least the one that I really like is the St. Ives. Any of St. Ives scrubs, but the one I really recommend is the apricot scrub. That I really like that one. I used that for a long time. And I had to stop because my skin was breaking out, but not because of the apricot scrub. It was something else. It was on one of my other products that I had recently picked up and was trying, but it was not working. So I had to do a complete skin reset. But the apricot scrub by St. Ives is a really good scrub if you're just starting out and you haven't really had time to experiment with a lot of other scrubs, exfoliators. Scrubs and exfoliators are technically the same thing. You also want to invest in a good mask, not just to aid in your skin, but mask could also be a really good stress reliever. Freeman's has a really good anti-stress mask. It's Some people say don't believe what you read. That is not really gonna be a stress reliever, but I use that twice throughout my exam week last semester, and it's a stress reliever. I promise. If it doesn't work, I don't know. If it doesn't work, then you might not be using it right. But it's a really good mask. A lot of Freeman's masks are really good, and Glam Glow has some really good masks, and they're also pretty because they have sparkles and glitter in it. So if that's not a plus, I don't know what it is. So the next thing you need to know is how often you need to be cleaning your skin. You need to wash your face every morning and every night. I'm going to say it again. You need to wash your face every morning and every night. This is not I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I don't feel like it. I'm going to... No. Wash your face, honey. Wash your face. Cleanse, tone, and moisturize. All of that. For the mask and exfoliator, you want to do those twice a week, and I would suggest doing them on separate days. So if you do your mask on Sunday, then you could do the exfoliator on Monday, and then do the mask again on Thursday and an exfoliator on Friday. So, kind of layer everything. Don't try to jumble the mask and the exfoliator in the same day unless you're having a self-care day, which I hope to do an episode on later down the line, but I wouldn't try to stack those up on the same day. That's just a lot. So one last thing I want to go over before the end of this episode is some extra advice that you may want. Oh no, before I do that, I want to tell you guys what products I use for my skin. I use the Clinique Acne Solutions, which, like I said, Clinique they have really good products. This is just one of their lines. I use the cleansing bar, the clarifying lotion, just the plain one. There was no number. The clearing treatment and the clearing gel. And I can tell you guys, I see a huge difference in my skin. Like I said earlier, I had a rough patch where my skin was like, it was at a plateau, like it wasn't clearing up, and in my eyes it was getting worse. But I started using those products and I see a huge difference in my skin. It's starting to clear up and I don't break out anywhere near as much. Even around that time of the month, I do not break out that bad. Okay, so now the last thing I want to get into before the end is some simple advice that you need to know to aid in breakout prevention. I'm so sorry, I'm stuttering so much. Oh my god. The first thing you want to do before cleansing is remove your makeup. Do not go to bed without makeup. If you don't feel like washing your face, which you need to, then invest in some makeup wipes that are technically cleansers. They do exist, and if I remember, I'll try to have a picture and a link where you can buy some on the blog. So make sure you're checking out the blog after you listen to each episode. Take off your makeup. Take off your makeup. I cannot stress that enough. Take off your makeup. Sleeping with makeup on will lead to breakouts. There's no if, ands, or buts. Sleeping with makeup will lead to breakouts. So please take off your makeup. The next thing, if you don't want to use chemicals on your face, then use the real African black soap, witch hazel, and shea butter. That was the routine for the normal skin, but it will work for all of the four other skin types. You just have to know to use it in moderation, especially for the dry and the sensitive skin, to not overdo it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Rose water could also be used as a good toner. I personally have not used rose water on my skin, but I do know that it is a really good toner. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about it, and I will leave some tips on, well, some benefits that using rose water has on your skin in the blog, so check that out. Aloe vera can double as a moisturizer and a spot fader. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've used aloe vera in the past. It works really well as a moisturizer, at least for my skin. I didn't really see where it faded any of my marks though. It didn't really, it just didn't do anything for my dark marks. So if that works for you all, let me know, but it didn't fade any of my dark marks. Use sunscreen. I guess I should have included this with the moisturizers, but if your moisturizer does not have SPF in it, you need to use a sunscreen on top of your moisturizer just so the sun doesn't damage your skin. Yes, I know if it's not sunny, you're like, oh, I guess I don't really need sunscreen, but there are still sunlight. There is still sunlight coming through the clouds on a cloudy day that can damage your skin. So use sunscreen because sun can cause skin cancer and we don't want that. It can also cause blemishes. We don't want that. Okay, so use sunscreen. Your diet, which will be another episode, so I'm not going to go too deep in depth about this, but don't eat junk food. So that's sodas. Don't eat a lot of bread, chips. If it doesn't have a health benefit, don't eat it. Drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your water. Pretty self-explanatory. Drink your water. Don't change routines a lot. Like I said earlier, if you're going to try out products, give it, maybe not 3 months, but at least a month to see what it does for your skin. So anywhere from a month to 3 months to test out that product to see if it's either improving, not doing anything, or harming your skin. But if it's harming your skin, you should see within the first couple weeks that it's harming and stop it. But if you think it's not doing anything or it could be improving, then just keep using it to see. As long as it's not damaging your skin, then I don't see why you couldn't keep using it. Wash or switch your pillowcases at least once a week. We all have hair. Most people sweat in their sleep, so your pillowcases are dirty after a week or close to it. You can either wash them every week, or you can have at least 2 to 3, so you don't have to wash them every week because you may not have time to wash laundry that week or whatever the situation is. So you might want to just have a backup just in case. Also, visit my blog for a skin test. I'm going to have a physical test which you can take some tissue and put on your face to test and see what type of skin you have. And I'm going to also have a questionnaire that you can take, and it's going to, based on your answers, tell you what type of skin that you have. I would recommend doing both because the last time I took it, the last time I did the physical test, it told me I had combination skin, but then I took the questionnaire and it told me I had oily skin. So I would do both and then try to cater to both, if that makes sense. You know? Yeah. All right, so we've come to the end of this episode. I rambled. I was just going and going. Like, this episode was not anywhere near as long as I wanted to be, but it's already kind of long. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you head over to the blog and check that out. Also, make sure you add me on social media. I will be following back. All of that information will be in the pre-recorded ending of this. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye. Thanks for tuning in this week. If you have any questions about today's topics, want to share an inspiring story, or be featured in our monthly Q&As, send them to me at selfcarebgirl@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to head over to my blog at selfcareblackgirls.wordpress.com to see extra content, pictures, and links that were mentioned in the show. Spread the word. Subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes. It really helps. To help support this podcast, you can send a one-time or monthly donation to patreon.com/selfcareforblackgirls, and you'll receive a special gift. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to stay beautiful.